We're today here in the Dagger Tools classroom, and we're taking a closer look at the use and the value of a rotary shear, bench-mounted rotary shear, and the value of it along with our other two kind of staple tools that we use in metal shaping and sheet metal fabrication for precisionally trimming out our panels and or roughing out the shape of the panel. And obviously we default to our offset side cut shears. Hand shears still our go-to tool, and ultimately too a good quality side cut electric shear. So the rotary shear is a great value, and typically the design of the rotary shear is that it is throatless to a degree. It allows you to pull the sheet through, but you still have to worry about where the discard goes as you trim out the sheet or the panel. It has a rotating lower wheel that has an eccentric bearing inside of it, and it allows you to adjust the gap ratios for as high as 24, 26 gauge sheet metal all the way down to 16 gauge sheet metal. And the upper wheel is actually a ratcheting drive wheel that actually grabs the sheet, and as you ratchet through it, it pulls the sheet through and over the lower slitting wheel, which actually shears the metal. The rotary design being round of the wheels allows more contour or shape to pass through the shear than any of the other shears in the market. We traditionally think of the traditional jointed shears like the Beverly shear that basically do a very good job on flat sheet and very light crown, where the rotary shear can go into a much higher crown panel than those shears will do. It will do flat sheet, but it will also do that high crown, which the other style of shears, some of the plate shears that we see today on the market that again have a joint like this that actually opens and closes. The problem there is if you have crown in the panel, it will want to push the panel and flatten it back out again as you're shearing. So to kind of get a feel for what it does and what it doesn't do, we're going to go initially with a flat sheet. We'll just do a flat cut, and here we're just going to ratchet through it. Again, the concern is always to understand where our discard in our panel is and where we want that to go. So we'll just make a general cut, and we can see the efficiency of the rotary when it comes to cutting. The goal is always to have the shear, this type of shear, on a pier design so that we can get a lot of panel through the shear and not necessarily bolt it to an end of a bench where we may run into the bench or the value. And you can see the quality of the cut, burr-free and nice and uniform, and that's what we're looking for in a good quality shear cut. We can then go to a higher crown type of panel, and we can see how that will feed through the rotary shear. So we'll make an up and a down cut just to see the differences. So as we pull in with crown, we want to make sure that the panel and the discard is supported so that the shear can grab that contour comfortably and pull it through the shear blade. And again, we take our time and move that through, and we can't do that with the traditional other manual bench tile machines that are on the market today. So board gasket. We can see the quality of that cut and the uniformity. We can also obviously, go from an inside panel cut, the same basic values. I'm going to pull it through, make sure that the drive wheel is supported on the sheet, and if we have to kind of move our panel around a little bit and pull it through, you can see the quality of the cut and the ease of the cut, and we can very simply follow a scribe line or a marker line. And we can again see the quality of the cut And there virtually is no distortion or change to the panel from that standpoint. We can also make some swing or radius cuts, you know, in either crowned or semi-crowned panels or even flat. Again, the value of the shear is, yes, we can cut as long as we can clear that disc guard comfortably through the throatless opening. So yes, we can turn and we can do some radius cuts equally as well. And that's, again, the benefit of that rotary shear design. So all in all, again, the quality of the cut, the edge, the lack of change or distortion to the edge, that all in all is the value and the benefit of having a rotary shear.